Is filled. Has been waiting for this college football Saturday, and we are. It's the Clemson Tigers and the Miami Hurricanes. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And this carries into the end zone. And they will elect to not bring this one out as our first drive will begin at the 25. So here's a 1st and 10 for Miami. Here's Daniel. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Well, we always talk about how you've got to be quick when you go through your progressions, and here's another prime example. Trying to look downfield, he was standing in the pocket, but just couldn't find anyone open, could he?
No, not enough time. They hit him and forced that incompletion. Another throw on 2nd down, and this one incomplete as well.
Certainly appeared to take away his first read, and by the time he tried to look elsewhere and find an open target, the coverage was too good. That one falls incomplete.
And Dye has it over the middle. And they're going to get him down well short of the first as he can only get this to the 30. 5 yards, and that means they come up short as they're going to have to punt here on the opening drive. On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. This will be fielded at the 17. He had his sights on the end zone, no doubt, but it's brought down after a huge return there. And this offense, they're going to have excellent field position. They take over with a 1st and 10 on the short side of the field. They're able to push forward for about 4 down to the 37. The ball carrier.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown, so a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish an inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later, and let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on 1st down.
1st down marker at the 31. It's 3rd down. There he goes right side. And he will take this in for a Clemson touchdown. DeAndre Jewell, 37 yards. And Clemson has taken the early lead. Clemson coming to the line. They'll go for 2 here. They're going to keep it on the ground. And he will get into the end zone to extend the lead by 2 more. So they kept it on the ground, got it into the end zone. But Charles, sometimes you probably see teams treat a 2-point. I should say 3rd and goal for the 2.
I agree with you totally on that. A lot of teams treat it as if they have farther to go and shy away from running the football. I think this is a great spot to do it because most teams play you for the pass. Go ahead and run and let your linemen surge and fire out.
Here's the University of Miami, their offense ready to get the drive started. And the last drive, the first drive for them, not very good. 3 and out. What do they go to here?
Well, you don't look down at your play sheet and say, this is what the problem is. And let's find out who my playmakers are. Get the ball in their hands, and maybe the offense will move a little bit better.
Sometimes it's more important to get it to the right people rather than dialing up the right number.
Exactly.
Or the right play. Yeah.
That too.
Right side catch, Gilmore. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4. They face a 3rd and 4 after that last completion gets them 6. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
Complete to Gilmore over the middle.
Get ready. Get ready.
So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
Flush to his right. Decent gain on the scramble to 6, but now it's 4th.
And they had an extra defensive back on the field on that play, and the coverage was excellent. He tried to pull it down and run for it, but they rallied to him and kept him short of a 1st down.
And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. Taken in at the 11. So they hit pay dirt, but don't count it yet. There's laundry on the field. We'll see what the penalty flag is about.
Offside. Defense.
And that one was relatively easy to see. I noticed that from up here.
Yeah, it doesn't take a whole lot, does it? Sometimes you get multiples. What I always love on these offsides is when each side points at the other. Hey, you did it. No, you did it. They deciphered that one correctly.
This is taken at about the 14. A terrific return. 30 yards all in all. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Tiger offense ready to get after it one more time. On first down, Jewell. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. They're making a real first-quarter statement with a run game, no doubt.
For those who remember old-school football, running it, establishing things, seeing backs find holes, get through them, they've got to like what they're seeing from this unit so far. Right.
And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he will take this in for a Clemson touchdown. A big play there. 40. Yards. And Clemson tacks on to their lead. And he takes off with it. It's a fake. And he gets in. Well, no one was expecting a fake there, but they add 2 more onto their lead. So after the touchdown, Clemson back out there to kick this thing away. This taken in about 4 yards deep. And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25. 25-yard line. Back out there for their next offensive drive. The Hurricanes get set. This is their 3rd drive. Right now, maybe not about points, just about getting something. They haven't gotten a first down yet in this game.
It's a mental barrier you don't think about until you go a couple of drives without getting a first down. Then all of a sudden it looms big. It gets harder and harder to actually attain that first down.
The last play got just a yard. Here's dancing to his left. He'll have a first down past the 40. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. But this will fortunately wind up out of bounds. You can almost see inside his face mask there the look of relief. He coughed it up, but it goes out of bounds. They keep it.
Someone carrying around the lucky horseshoe, aren't they? If I were him, I'd go out and play the lottery after that one. A very fortunate man.
And they're operating in plus territory here. They're thinking points. Definitely don't want to lose the football at this juncture. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it 2nd down.
5-yard line. A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6.
Off the option, he'll try and run with it. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. That 2nd down play nets a -4. Throwing on 3rd down, Daniel. And he's going to go down. Back near midfield at the 49.
A big loss on the play. Brings
The
up
Miami punter out on the field as he'll come on to kick this one away. 16-0. That's the score after 1 on EA Sports.
Brock Lee in punt formation.
The Miami punter out on the field as he's on here to punt it away. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. It's just a 30-yard punt that time, no return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. The Tiger offense ready to get after it one more time. Operating from the gun, Matthews. And he'll hit his tight end, Walker. They'll contain him to just 4. Second down.
4 yards.
Well, they were unable to make anything really big out of that, but it's not a bad idea to find your tight end and give him an easy completion and keep moving things forward. Almost his bread and butter.
And nothing but daylight ahead. And a huge play that time. 54 yards on the ground. Terrific run from one of the fastest backs in the game today. A guy who keeps defensive coordinators up at night, no doubt.
Remember when we were meeting with the D coordinator before the game and all he talked about was run fits, making sure our guys were in the right place so there were no creases?
They missed their fits, didn't they?
Yeah, there was no fit there. The only fit was at the end when he threw his headset down after that big run.
The ball carrier.
They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
Well, the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back to huddle and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run, but the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
That good for 19 and a first down.
At the 3-yard line.
Here's the option play now to the left. And this is going to result in losing yardage. They're driven back to the 8-yard line.
And that's what I'd like to see out of this defense, a little fire, a little toughness. It hasn't been the best first half for them. They did do a nice job there, forcing a loss on that play.
They'll get this halfway home from the 8 to the 4 on a gain of 4.
And a nice job defensively to keep him out of the end zone. He's trying to get his 2nd touchdown already in the first half.
They had that one earlier, was bidding for a 2nd. About a half yard from the end zone, 3rd and goal. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he will take this in for a Clemson touchdown. A great effort there with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And Clemson tacks on to their lead. And oh, he takes off with it. It's a fake. And he gets in. But no one was expecting a fake there, but they add 2 more onto their lead. So after the touchdown, Clemson back out there to kick this thing away. Takes this about 5 yards deep, and it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt a return.
25 yards.
Here's the University of Miami, their offense ready to get the drive started. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
2 yards the gain there, and now they're left with a 3rd and about 4 for a first. Shotgun snap for Daniel. And he'll find Washington. That's complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
The 41-yard line.
And a quick slant gets exactly 10, and by the nose of the football, they've got a first down. From the gun, here's Daniel. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or 2 shy of the 40. A nice pickup of 17 yards. They're going to need to get up and set in a hurry.
Hurricanes.
It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And now a fumble. The ball's out. And this will be scooped up by the defense. Past the 20. 10, 5, and he's going to bring the fumble back for a touchdown.
To number 30, touchdown.
This first half has been a nightmare for that offense. Defense just dominating them.
And when you're picking up the ball, picking up their mistakes, and taking it the other way and putting it in the end zone, that's a defense's dream. They're having that type of a game.
Everything that can go wrong has gone wrong for this offense. Preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kicks away following that fumble return. Fields it in the middle of the end zone. And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25.
At their own 25-yard line.
Back back out there for their next offensive drive. The Hurricanes get set. And in a spot like this, still more than a minute, I think if you put something on the board before halftime, that would go a long way towards helping them get back into the game.
There actually is something to the psychology of the game at times, isn't there? How much better would they feel running into the locker room, as you noted, with something on the board in a positive fashion? You're exactly right. It's a great opportunity to get that done.
They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. Out of the gun, Daniel. Got an open man, it's Washington. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. 23 yards the pickup there. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. From the gun, Daniel. Under pressure, and down goes Daniel. Now another timeout called for by the offense, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. To try again after the sack, Daniel. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Normally you think the tight end's going to be able to catch the football.
A 50-50 ball here, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 16. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here, as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. On 1st down, Matthews. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived. And I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
And they're left looking at 3rd and 8 after the 2nd down pass play only went for 2. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And that's caught inside the 30. And he will score. Touchdown, Clemson. Jay'On Whiteside, as the first half is winding down, as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. And oh, he takes off with it. It's a fake. And he gets in. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. Takes this about 5 yards deep. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. Here's the University of Miami, their offense ready to get the drive started. And with time quickly fading here in the 2nd quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. At the 23, it's 2nd and 12.
At the 23-yard line.
Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. Taking it about the 1. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Tiger offense ready to get after it one more time. The last time out, another touchdown, and I think there may be some empty seats around here by the time the 4th quarter comes around.
Yeah, I have to agree with you because this one's just about decided, but you know who benefits?
And he will score. Touchdown, Clemson. DeAndre Jewell. He scored on the ground and through the air. And this offense continues to pour it on. And we didn't even get a chance to settle in for that drive. A quick strike of 75 yards, and they find the end zone.
Don't you get the sense that film study was behind this one, that they saw something that they thought they could take advantage of? The key is calling it in the right situation, knowing when it exists to go to it. They did exactly that. They've got to feel really good about what they did in advance of this game.
Just looking down at the sideline now, their defense is like, man, can you have strung that out just a few plays? Give us a break. Back out there.
Hey, man, give that water break and get on out there and play.
They'll run on 1st down. It's Turner. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down.
Gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6.
They'll let the QB keep it here off the option. A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29.
He's tackled.
And if you like defensive football, focus on the defensive end on this play. He does everything exactly right. Reads the play and make sure he spills it for a small gain.
Hit from behind, and he's going to be driven down.
Quarterback taken down.
It's been a tough one all game long for this offensive line. They're already down big, and now you know they're just going to come after the quarterback in a big way, don't you?
Yeah, they just can't get out of their own way right now. It's created an avalanche, and an avalanche is coming right on top of them. Fielded just inside the 20. There he goes left side. And he will take this in for a Clemson touchdown.
Okay, we need to double check here with Marvin because he keeps all of our good stats. But what I've got is 5 drives, 5 touchdowns, and they've got a nice help.
And all he takes off with it, it's a fake. And he's not going to make it to the goal line. They've been perfect on the night in 2-point conversions, but not here, as this time they come up empty.
I know we could sit up here and dance around it a little bit, but going for 2 in this situation, somebody doesn't like someone else. There's no doubt in my mind.
Well, what they couldn't see as you lean back in your chair and you went, yeah, that's not a good decision. They didn't get it, though.
Yeah, I don't think you can just say, well, my kicker's hurt in this spot. No, okay.
On first down, it's Woods, and he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12.
6-yard line.
Now he dumps this off over the middle, and they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 15 yards on the play, first down. They'll try the left side. It's Woods. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. And give him 10 yards on that one, and that'll earn him a fresh set of downs. Nothing in that first half, nothing on the last drive, but they're moving now with a 1st and 10. They'll keep it on the ground. It's Woods, and he put up a good fight, but he's going to be taken down behind the line of scrimmage.
We think, Brandon, I like the intensity this defense is showing right here in these first few drives. They're not just holding the line because they're doing their job, but they're doing more than that, aren't they? They're getting a nice push into the offensive backfield.
And a great example right there for the loss on the tackle.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field.
And he's going to be hit and taken down. Back right around the 48-yard line.
You know, the beauty of screen passes is they take a little time to develop, and they can often hit big, but sometimes they take too long to develop, and sometimes you get sacked.
Yeah, what's perfectly called for a defense to attack a screen?
Typically a blitz, and even though people think that the screen operates against the blitz, if you have the blitz called and you still cover the screen, now that allows your blitzers to get there.
Yeah, he will go out right near the 35-yard line. That one 28 yards on the ground.
At halftime, you had to feel like the defense had to be in a good position. They had to feel good about themselves. They'd had this guy boxed in all game long, but after that run, that might be the breakthrough that he's looking for. Now they may have some difficulty dealing with him the rest of today.
Walker with a grab, left side. And he will reach the 8-yard line before going out. A very solid gain of 27. Here's 1st and goal, Clemson.
We talk about mobility on quarterbacks all the time. Here's where it really pays off. Able to move, evade, and is accurate throwing on the run and picking up a first down.
And he's going to bull his way down to about the 1-yard line. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. On 2nd and goal, they'll give it to him again. And he will take this in for a Clemson touchdown. taking it in from a yard out. As his guys continue to... Oh, it's a fake. They'll try and throw for it. He keeps carrying the ball into the end zone, and in this one, he's sort of carrying the team on his back.
He's the reason that they lead right now. No question about it. And you talk about on his back, he's not minding the extra weight at all, is he? Carrying that just as lightly as he does the football. Yeah, what a great performance so far.
Those 3 touchdowns, it's got him in the lead. And they're going to mark that where it went out of bounds, so really good starting field position up past the 40-yard line.
And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. And he'll give it here to his running back. And they're able to swarm him behind the line, and his rough night continues. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. 3 quarters in the books. Back now here on EA Sports. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the 4th quarter. A very one-sided affair. 2nd and 11 now. Operating from the gun. Daniel. And it's caught by Jackson. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. 15 yards on the play, 1st down.
Well, remember, they tried to give him the ball and let him run on the last play, but I think the light bulb went off in their play caller's mind, and this time they get it to him the more conventional way, and it's much more successful as well.
On 1st down, Daniel looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Flowers. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
9 brings up 2nd and 1 at the 36-yard line.
From the gun, Daniel. Right side caught by Jackson. And he gets it down to the 32.
Good for A.
The Hurricanes now 1st and 10.
At the 32-yard line.
To the air again, Daniel. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves his sticks.
Well, this game is certainly pretty well over. They can go ahead and mark it in the win column. But as a defense, they don't want to get so soft now that everybody just throws the ball all over the place against them, gets big yardage, and puts points on the board. They have pride, too, on that side of the ball.
Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. Well, he's had success running the football in this one. Yeah, that's undeniable. But that time, the defense was on to it.
And, partner, I think the more you see a play like this, the more they're able to diagnose it quicker and easier for them to defend it. I think you have to dress it up a little bit and show maybe some different formations and looks.
It's just a gain of a couple there on the scramble, and now it's 3rd down. Back to throw, Daniel. Caught left side, Gilmore. And so close, he gets it to the 1. Out of bounds right there. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
1st and goal at the 1-yard line.
Daniel looks to throw. And he's going to be swallowed up and taken down. Sacked back at the 5-yard line.
Well, surprise, surprise. 1st and goal at the 1. No quarterback sneak. No running play. They decide to throw for it, but the pressure got to them quickly and put the quarterback down.
2nd down and goal. Daniel throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete.
This has been a rough one, to put it mildly, for him. And after this one's done, you just feel like at the post-game press conference, this team's going to have a lot of questions and definitely not a lot of answers.
This will be caught just inside the 10. And this is going to result in losing yardage. They're driven back to the 8-yard line. It'll wind up being a loss of 2. And that's going to make it 4th down.
A 25-yard attempt.
And his kick is right there. It's good. And they'll get back 3, but this remains a large deficit. Well, it's a Pyrrhic victory at best, but Charles, no team wants to get shut out, so it's hard to blame them for taking the 3 there.
You can't blame them one bit. It hasn't been the best performance, that's for darn sure. But there is something to be said for fighting to avoid the goose egg, and they're at least trying to finish out strong.
A lane opens here. He's past the 30.
3-yard line.
The Tiger offense ready to get after it one more time. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he'll work this one up to about the 38. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
It's a pickup of 6. Brings up 2nd and 4.
And they give this time to the tailback. And shedding the tackle, and now some room. Hurdling up and over. And all the way down to the 22-yard line. A big hitter. That one goes for 40 yards. So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. One thing that's great about watching him run, Charles, he doesn't hesitate. He got to the left side of his own line and just went.
So there's 2 ways to look at that. One, just absolutely unconcerned, just takes off and goes. But more the latter, I think, which is he has absolute confidence in the guys in front of him, the guys doing the...
And he will take this in for a Clemson touchdown. An 18-yard touchdown run. And this offense is running away with this one. And the former quarterback takes yet another one. And he takes off with it. It's a fake. And he gets in. Well, no one was expecting a fake there, but they add 2 more onto their lead. So after the touchdown, Clemson back out there to kick this thing away. And this carries into the end zone. And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25. Back out there for their next offensive drive. The Hurricanes get set. Let's just be frank. They're playing for pride at this point.
that's all that's left.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And this is picked up by the defense.
All right, you've had to put up with me in this booth. I'm going to try to be simple this time and succinct. It simply has not been their night.
No, I think that fumble's kind of indicative of how this whole evening's gone, isn't it?
Without a doubt. I mean, they've tried.
And he will take this in for a Clemson touchdown. A 13-yard touchdown run. And his guys capitalize on the short field as they take it in for 6.
Well, partner, when a team's up this big, this late in the game, I always wonder what's their motivation, because if it's me, I'm thinking about pulling on the reins a little bit. But for them, I don't think it's in their DNA. It's not their head coach's makeup at all. I think his opinion is, you stop us. We're not supposed to pull back ourselves.
So after the touchdown, Clemson back out there to kick this thing away. A break there for this offense as they will get a chance to start at the 40-yard line.
Kicking team.
So they will accept the penalty and move forward. So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. Draw play, Langford. And he'll get this up past the 45 to the 47. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
A 6-yard pickup.
2nd down and 4. A really solid performance against a ranked opponent as they add a big win to the left-hand column.
Want to talk about a story that's making the rounds, and that's the Heartbreak Kids and their indelible bond. Once again, taking college football center stage at the championship game later on tonight. It has been truly amazing and truly inspirational to watch this amazing journey that these kids have been on from start to finish to this point, showing off their character, their grit, their determination, their heart has been on full display for all of us to behold. And I normally don't say this, but I, for one, will be a Heartbreak Kid in spirit as they take the field in this big game tonight.
A season's worth of Saturdays all comes down to this. The final in New Orleans, home of the Mercedes-Benz Superdome and the 2020 College Football Playoff National Championship. It's the Clemson Tigers and the Michigan State Spartans. Here we go, the matchup we've been waiting for. Buckle in as we are off in the College Football Playoff National Championship from New Orleans. Spins past another.
Oh, man.
And he'll wind up getting a couple extra yards here for Clemson. On the game's first play, second down.
The ball carrier.
Brandon, 5 yards on that run. Let's get back to the huddle and make sure you're back. You spend time with your offensive line and give them credit. Hard to move those 300-plus pounders at the line of scrimmage, and they did for a significant chunk of yardage.
And he'll be brought down right around the 37. 6 yards to pick up, and that's a first down.
At the 37-yard line.
Now a handoff here to his running back. He'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. That one good for 14 yards.
10 at the 49-yard line.
And he'll give it here to his running back. That's good for 21 yards and a first down. Broke off a pretty nice run there, and as he has runs like that, Charles, keep in mind he's doing it against one of the best defenses in the entire country.
And I remain impressed with how he's made the transition from quarterback to running back. Knowledge of the blocking scheme. You know he studies every game plan just like a quarterback, so he sees the defenses like he would under center. That's making his job a little bit easier as he runs against this good defense, as you pointed out.
Yeah, we say it all the time, but speaking of making jobs easier, it makes the quarterback Tommy Matthew's job so much easier when those running lanes are open, because it's going to open up that passing game as well. They'll roll him out right. And he will take this one in for a touchdown. Tommy Matthews keeping it himself from 5 yards out. And Clemson has taken the early lead.
For the extra point.
And all he takes off with it, it's a fake. And he is not going to make it. They stop him up short, and this will remain a 6-0 ball game.
Okay, they went for the fake off of the extra point attempt. It's a long way to go, and they didn't get there. Didn't get it completed successfully. Did someone dare them to do that? Did someone double dog dare them?
I was going to ask you, maybe they saw something on film, but do you see something on film with those to try something from the 15 on a PAT? I don't know.
The only thing they needed to see on film there was a snap, a hold, and someone kicking the ball through the post.
And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
When a draw works, it can be a thing of beauty. But when it doesn't, oh, it can be ugly. And in this case, loss of yardage ugly.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Wayne Anderson loses the football. It's going the other way. And he's going to bring the football back for a touchdown. Even the great ones, some of the best, they're not immune to the fumble, and here it really hurts them.
Hit the ball.
And oh, he takes off with it. It's a fake. And he's going to be hit and taken down in the backfield. Just nowhere to run that time. And the try for 2 is snuffed out. They had the big play on the fumble return. They were looking for the 1-2 punch, but they couldn't get that 2-point conversion.
And I have to wonder, were they scheduled to go ahead and kick the extra point, but after a play like that, you talk about the 1-2 punch, right? It's a momentum play. Go for 2 and really try to capitalize, and that's what they attempted.
Throwing on 1st down. Wayne. Some room to maneuver. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. So this defense doubling its pleasure there. Remember, they had the fumble return for a score earlier in the game, and now this time an interception return for another score. The defense more than did its job. Now the offense is summoned onto the field as they'll go for two. And the D not yielding much there. He's only going to get a yard to about the two.
I know they didn't tack on the 2 points, but I liked their attempt. After the interception return for a touchdown, I was thinking to myself, forget kicking it, go for two, and they did.
Well, yeah, and everybody's scrambling. Maybe you catch the defense on their heels. They weren't ready to be out there.
Yeah, it's almost like a sudden change, right? There's a turnover, you take it away, they stuck it in the end zone, keep the momentum going. Give credit to the defensive guys for rallying and stopping that 2-point attempt.
Throwing after the interception. Wade. Pass incomplete.
Pass intended.
You and I watched film yesterday, and you told me to watch his feet. Well, for whatever reason, his footwork just looked off on that throw.
And you always love it when the next defensive back talks quarterback mechanics, right?
Well, but you're good at it.
Well, I try. I don't know how good I am, but it doesn't take much to tell. His mechanics are off a little bit, exactly what you described. Footwork, that led to the incompletion.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Wade in the gun. And that is incomplete.
Intended for number 22.
I know this offense was expecting to do big things, but it certainly hasn't turned out that way, at least not through the first 3 drives. They're definitely going to have to put their heads together and start concocting some offense that'll move the ball downfield.
Second, like he might take it all the way, but as it stands, it's still a massive return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Going to give this time to the tailback. Shedding the tackle. And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11.
At the 28-yard line.
Out to his left. And he's going to keep it here. And down inside the 15 he goes. Good coverage downfield led to him taking off, picking up the first down on a 13-yard run. Now a handoff here to his running back. And power running here down to the 6-yard line. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be 2nd down.
A gain of 9. Brings up.
And he'll give it here to his running back. Breaks back on the pitch. The ball's loose. And he will take this in for a Clemson touchdown. A 6-yard touchdown run. And Clemson tacks onto their lead.
Rich Norton for the extra.
Now, first quarter, and this lead is on. Oh, it's a fake. They'll try and throw for it. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Well, I have to admit, I'm scratching my head a little bit here trying to make sense of what I just saw. Number 1, huge lead. Just kick the extra point and be done with it. Number 2, if you are going to go for 2, just line up and go for it from the 2-yard line. Why make it so difficult? That's a long way to go to try and pick up some points.
At their own 25-yard line.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet.
It's out. It's loose. Points 1, 2, and 3 in their defensive game plan was to get to the quarterback and knock the ball free. They did it there. Luckily, offense hangs on to it.
Yeah, that's got to serve as a wake-up call, though, because they can't afford to let the ball go over to the defense and miss opportunities. And I'm not saying it happened here, but you know what a good rule of thumb is when a play like that occurs? You know who usually recovers it? The guy who missed his block and let his quarterback get hit.
We are in for a good one as we're through one on EA Sports. Close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. A nice job defensively, and it likely forces a punt situation on fourth. Taking it about the 16. A beautiful spin and room to run. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he will take this in for a Clemson touchdown.
It certainly feels like that kind of game, doesn't it? No matter what they do, it's going to work. That might be the absolute crusher right there.
And all he takes off with it, it's a fake. And he gets in. And no one was expecting a fake there, but they add 2 more onto their lead. So after surrendering the punt return for a score, let's see what they can do in turn on this kickoff. This taken in about 4 yards deep. And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys.
It's a foot race. And he takes it all the way down to the 32. It's a big play there. 43 yards on the ground. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Now a throw for the left sideline, and he's got it. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. 3 yards the gain there, 2nd down.
At the 29-yard line. A 3-yard pickup. Brings up 2nd and 7.
Off play action. Wade. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And inside the 20 before he's brought down.
Ineligible receiver downfield. Offense.
Too far downfield, something those linemen have to watch out for, and that time it costs them. On 2nd down, it's Young, and he's going to get forward for about 5, but that may be coming back. What say you, Mr. Referee?
That's not good enough, man.
That time the right guard sending him backwards.
And so many different types of guys rotate in on the defensive line now, depending on situations. You can get the bulky guy, the fast guy. No matter what, though, you can't move him.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete.
That was not a real confident throw right there, and he's just 2 of 7 to start the game. Now he's going to have to find a groove with a big 3rd down coming up. Let's see if it...
And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 24. There he goes left side. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. That pick 6 extending this lead even further. And boy, it's been a while since I've seen a team struggle this badly in the first half.
I think all they want to do is get to the locker room, try and regroup, and come out to start the 3rd quarter. But if things don't improve fast then, I think the backups get a lot of play in the 2nd half.
And boy, talk about adding insult to injury. He's into the end zone to tack on 2 more. And there's a quick momentum swing. INT return for a pick 6, and then the 2-point conversion good.
And even if you're keeping your wits about you, you're thinking to yourself, okay, extra point block team going into the game now. All of a sudden you're hearing defense. Everyone's scrambling for their helmets and throwing down their cups of water. That's a great position for them to be in, trying to score against that team. A little bit disjointed.
Michigan State now with a 1st and 10. Throwing after the interception. Wade. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Let it well, and it's picked. That's sort of the 2nd quarter to forget for him to have 2 picks in this frame.
Almost as if the first one that he threw, he couldn't shake, couldn't get it out of his head. He ends up throwing a 2nd one as a result.
Compounds the mistake a little bit.
Yeah, you got to be able to forget, compartmentalize, whatever you want to call it, and move on. He hasn't been able to do so here in the 2nd.
Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1. And to give this time to the tailback. And now the hook. And he will take this in for a Clemson touchdown. A great play there. 38 yards. As his guys continue to put this one out of reach. Extra point forthcoming. And oh, he takes off with it. It's a fake. And he gets in. And no one was expecting a fake there, but they add 2 more onto their lead. So after the touchdown, Clemson back out there to kick this thing away. And this carries into the end zone. And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator. Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. On 1st and 10, Wade. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. He's picked off just shy of midfield.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. Now a handoff here to his running back. He's got the first down here inside the 30. And finally taken down at the 20-yard line. That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down.
At the 20-yard line.
And he'll give it here to his running back. Forward inside the 15 to the 13. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
A 7-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 3.
Going to give this time to the tailback. Leaping over him. And he will take this in for a Clemson touchdown. A great effort there with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And this offense continues to pour it on. Clemson coming to the line. They'll go for 2 here. So he's able to take it in, Charles, for his first rushing touchdown of the evening.
Yeah, congratulations to him. But right now, I'm thinking like an NFL GM or a personnel guy. I'm watching his development as a runner. And boy, oh boy, am I thinking to myself,